Danny Wiley,
Here.
Charlie Ramirez,
Present.
Jonathan Laraga, Romeo Robles,
Present.
Rafael Munguia, Luis Madrigal, Andy Castro,
Present.
Guadalupe Cano, Joel Ordaz. We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Need a motion to excuse the absence?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to excuse the absentees.
I second. Second, Mr. Robles. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Public testimony, anybody signed up? There's Mr. Madrigal.
We have one person sign up, but they are not available to speak.
What's that?
We had one person sign up, but they are not present to speak.
Okay, close the public testimony. We go to the minutes, approval of the minutes of August the 22nd, 2022. Review them. Here.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, the minutes for 9/12 of 2020 will be done next meeting. Not available right now. Okay, we'll go on to public hearing. Anyone signed up? Anybody coming up?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Laura Fonseca, Planner 1 for City of Pharr. And the first item we have is Mr. Marco Antonio Alvarado has filed with the Planning and Zoning Commission a request for a change of zone from a single-family district, R1, to residential multifamily district, RMF, in order to develop and construct a triplex. The subject site is located on the east side of South Saint Marie Drive. That is approximately 270 feet southeast from East Thomas Road and has a physical address of 6617 South Saint Marie Drive. The property is legally described as being Lot 47, Block 1, Hidalgo Park Estates Subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property fronts South Saint Marie Drive, a 50-foot local street that runs north and south with a posted speed limit of 20 to 30 miles per hour as identified in the City of Pharr's thoroughfare plan. The property and the properties to the west and south were zoned to single-family residential district R1 on December 15, 1987. The property to the north was rezoned to residential multifamily district RMF on March 1st of 2021. The property is generally designated for single-family residential use in the land use plan. The residential multifamily district is established to provide adequate space and site diversification for low to medium density residential development where adequate streets and other community facilities are available for present and future needs. The district is established for duplex, fourplex development as low to medium density use, and additional requirements for streets, water and fire protection, wastewater, drainage, and adequate open space shall be met before zoning to such use. It is established to protect residential areas as far as possible against heavy traffic and zone promote to most desirable use of land and direction of building development not to conflict with the city's comprehensive plan. 23 letters were mailed out to the surrounding property owners within a 200-foot radius on September 2nd, 2022, and legal notices were published in the Advance News Journal on September 7th, 2022. Staff received no response to the letters or the legal notice. Development Services is recommending approval of the request to rezone from single-family residential district R1 to residential multifamily district RMF as the property meets area requirements. It is in line with the future land use plan and has adequate ingress and egress. If approved, the owner must comply with all city ordinance and city department requirements. This item will go before a city commission meeting on October 3rd, 2022 at 4 p.m. And we do have representation for tonight's meeting.
Does the applicant have any comments at this time?
I have some apartments right next to them already.
Come on up to the podium.
Come over here and introduce yourself.
Identify
Hi,
yourself.
my name is Marco Antonio Alvarado, and I have some apartments already built right next to that lot. It's at 6615 St. Mary. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, this item requires a public hearing. Is there anybody signed up in the affected area, from the affected area, signed up to speak on this item?
No, sir.
No? Okay, we'll close the public hearing, open up the item for board discussion. Question? None?
No, Mr.
Okay,
Chairman.
we close the board discussion, open up the floor for motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the change of zone.
I'll second.
Second, okay. Charlie, second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, the motion carries. Next item.
The next item we have is Jorge A. Espino, owner, has filed with the Planning and Zoning Commission a request for a change of zone from agriculture and/or open space district, AO, to single-family residential district, R1, in order to develop and construct a single-family residence. The subject site, which is located on the south side of East Sam Houston Avenue, approximately 3,742 feet east of South Cage Boulevard, and has a physical address of 904 East Sam Houston Avenue. The property is legally described as being 0.684 acres, more or less, out of Lot 191, Kelly Pharr subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property fronts East Sam Houston Avenue, an 80-foot major collector with a posted speed limit of 30 miles per hour or less, as identified in the City of Pharr's thoroughfare plan. The property is currently zoned agriculture and/or open space district, AO. The property to the west was rezoned from agriculture and/or open space district, AO, to single-family residential district, R1, on April 1st, 1997. The property to the east was rezoned from agricultural and open space district, AO, to general business district, C, on February 19th, 2005. The property to the south was rezoned from agricultural and/or open space district, AO, to residential single-family district, R1, on April 19th of 1983. There has been no other zoning request within the general vicinity of the subject property since the time. The property is generally designated for single-family use in the land use plan. The single-family district is intended to be composed of single-family dwellings together with public, denominational, or private schools, churches, and other parks essential to create basic neighborhood units. Areas that are zoned for this use shall have water, wastewater, drainage, and access to paved streets based on the single-family usage. It is intended for areas that are properly buffered from non-residential use and protected from pollution and/or environmental hazards or from high volumes of non-single-family traffic. 17 letters were mailed out to the surrounding properties owners within a 200-foot radius owners on September 2nd, 2022, and legal notices were published in the Advance News Journal on September 7th, 2022. Staff received no response to this letter or a legal notice. Development Services is recommending approval for the request to rezone to single-family residential district, R1, as the property meets area requirements. It is in the line of the future land use plan and has adequate ingress and egress. If approved, the owner must comply with the city ordinance and city department requirements. This item will go before the city commission meeting on October 3rd, 2022 at 4 p.m. And we do have representation for this item as well.
The applicant have any comments at this time?
Oh, yes, correction. I do apologize. We did receive one response in favor of this item. And no other
No
comments.
comments?
Mm-mm.
Okay. This item requires a public hearing. Is there anybody from the affected area signed up to speak on this item?
No one in the affected area has signed up, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. We'll close the public hearing, open up the item to board discussion. I have a question. There's an existing block fence around that property?
Yes, there
How
is.
is that handled?
How's that handled as far as like, will
As
it
far as the city
remain?
goes?
Like if
There
it
was no
will,
permit gotten to build it or anything, was there?
I'm sorry?
There was no permit issued to build a fence or anything, was there?
I would need to confirm it, as far as when they got the permit to build the fence on that, around that property. I'm not sure if it was, the property to the east or the west on that. I would need to confirm.
So how do we handle it, something like that?
Handle it as far as the building permit, issuance of a building permit for the fence? Or is what is in question, like developing it after?
I think,
Well,
Mr. Chairman, I think there's no permits for fences anymore.
There is
There
permits
is?
for a fence, yes,
I
sir.
think,
Yes.
I'm just not, I guess, more clarification on like,
I think the question is if there's any repercussions or consequences for someone that has erected a fence without a building permit.
well, that's after the fact, but my point is, isn't it gonna be addressed as far as what all the requirements are for a fence? There's a height requirement, isn't there? You can't go over, what is it, 8 feet, 7 feet, whatever it is?
Mr. Chairman, for the record, Roy Rodriguez, building official for the city of Pharr. There are requirements for a fence permit in residential area. So at the time that a resident wants to construct, they will have to meet all codes.
But it'll be addressed, is what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. It's going to be
Okay.
addressed, sir.
Okay,
Definitely.
that's all Anybody else have a question?
Thank you, Roy.
Okay, we'll close the board discussion, open up the floor for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve change of zone 220847.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, the motion carries.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Commissioners. For the record, my name is Heriberto Martinez, your planner 2 for the city of Pharr. Tonight, we only have one item before you. Applicant, Perez Consultant Engineers representing Carlos Canales Mayhem, owner of Pharr Bridge Investments LP, is requesting preliminary plat approval of the proposed master plan of Pharr Bridge Business Park, Phase 4 and 5 subdivision. The property is legally described as being a 20.58 acres of land and also being a part or portion of lot 377 in Kelly Pharr subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property is located within the 9800 block of West Highline Road. The property is currently zoned Limited Industrial District, LI. The adjacent zones are Agricultural and/or Open Space District, AO, and Limited Industrial District, LI to the north and west, Limited Industrial District, LI to the east, and Agricultural Open Space District, AO to the south. The property is designated for industrial use in the land use plan. Property proposed use, warehouses, variances, none requested. Development Services recommends preliminary plat approval of the proposed master plan of Pharr Bridge Business Park, Phase 4 and 5 subdivision, subject to the following conditions set before you. Also, this item will go before City Commission on October the 3rd, 2022 at 4 p.m. And for the record, we do have representation on the audience.
Okay, this item does not require a public hearing, so we'll go ahead and open it up to board discussion. No discussion? None? We'll close the board discussion, open up the floor for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the preliminary plat for 22, subdivision 220826.
Second.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All
Aye.
those opposed, same sign. Okay, the motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Announcements? Another business? None? Okay, there's only one left,
Mr.
adjournment.
Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I move to adjourn.
I'll second.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We are adjourned.